Hi, everybody. Greg Katz for the Obvious, Not So Obvious Overtime Edition. First of all, very happy holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to you all. Hope everything is going well for you and you got all the gifts you want. Well, this Friday night, the obvious, the USC Trojans, college football playoff rank number 22, will be playing the college football playoff rank number 16 Iowa Hawkeyes at SDCCU Stadium in San Diego. Kickoff time at 5 o'clock. Some say this is not a big game. I say it is a big game. It has a lot of interesting storylines. Let's start off with the first one. Physicality. USC has had problems in the last couple times they've faced Big Ten teams. Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. Wow, that wasn't a pretty sight, was it? And then some years earlier in the Holiday Bowl, a loss to Wisconsin, which was a physical team. Nobody's quite sure how the SC practices have been because no one's allowed to go in there other than the 20 minutes of stretching to watch that and some post-game comments by the coaching staff. But the physicality is going to be very important because if SC cannot be physical with Iowa, it could be a tough game. Now, remember, Iowa has not seen the type of offense that USC has, and there's no question SC has some fantastic skilled players and are led by the 2019 Pac-12 Freshman Offensive Player of the Year in Keaton Slovis, a wonderful talent whose future is very, very bright. SC may have arguably the best receiving core in the country. I don't think Iowa sees something like that. The closest that Iowa has seen would be Purdue in the Big Ten, but I don't think you can equate the same two at the same level. So physicality is going to be a point. Pay close attention to what happens on both sides of the line of scrimmage. If SC gets dominated, it's going to be a real challenge for them. Now, another area that we have to look at is discipline. Iowa is a very disciplined team under head coach Kurt Frenz. The team is obviously well coached. Frenz has coached the team for 21 years. He's got a system in place. They know what they're doing. If you look at their statistics, they are a disciplined team. On the other hand, USC under Clay Helton, not a disciplined team. Okay. Last year, we were told at the end of last season, the 2018 season, that the Trojans were going to be disciplined because Clay Helton was going to take over that aspect of the team. I think we'd all agree, and statistics point out, that hasn't been the case in 2019. So the undisciplined team for 12 games, can they all of a sudden change their pattern? Leopard doesn't change his spots. We're going to find out if it can. Next area I want to talk about is the recruiting momentum. As we all know, SC suffered what arguably is their worst recruiting in the modern era. Now, if SC can get a win, that could have some momentum for the February signing period. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. If SC doesn't win against Iowa, it's going to be no momentum, and that's not going to be a big deal in a positive way. So if the Trojans can get a win, it gets them at least looking forward to a more positive presentation in recruiting living rooms for the early signing period in February. A big key, the attendance for the game on Friday night. Expected, Iowa's going to have a lot of fans. May not have as many as was first thought of, but they'll have enough. The question is USC fans. They're in conflict with each other. Do they go and support the players, or do they go and not support the team and Clay Helton by not showing up? I'm on record as saying I hope fans will come and support the team. Players are a bunch of good guys. They play hard, regardless of what your thoughts are about the USC administration and what your thoughts are about the coaching staff. You know what? These players deserve your support. So I'll still love you if you don't go, and I will definitely understand. Which brings us to the last point. Dr. Carol Folt and Athletic Director Mike Bone. You know, nobody's under more pressure about this game than those two. After all, they're the ones who said, we'll bring back Clay Helton for another season in 2020. You could imagine a win by the Trojans will take some pressure off of both of them. May not take all the pressure on, and probably shouldn't, but it'll be a good respite for them if the SC can win. However, if the Trojans lose, I can guarantee you the heat's going to go up, and it's going to be pointed at Bone and Folt. They're the decision makers. It's going to be a tough one for them if the Trojans don't win come Friday night. And of course, the last thing in summation would be the momentum going into the 2020 season. If USC can win on Friday night, they're going to go in to the 2020 season opening up against Alabama on a more positive note. If USC loses on Friday night, they could be looking at something pretty bad heading into the 2020 season. If they play Alabama, and Alabama's probably going to be ranked in the top 3 in the country next year, and SC does not come out on the good end of that game, that would mean they would have a 2-game losing streak, having lost to Iowa in the Holiday Bowl and to Alabama in Arlington. Then they would come home in the second week of September and would host in the Coliseum New Mexico Lobos. And you could imagine what the attendance could be for that one. So there is a lot riding on this Holiday Bowl. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're looking forward to it. This is Greg Katz for the NSO Overtime, and we'll talk with you soon.